and it's back on fucking primary. What the hell is this bullshit? I'm blowing people's Twitter up too. That kind of blows. Let's just keep going online. All right, let's go to my profile and fucking delete the shit. Yeah, let's yeah, we don't want that one because that's annoying. We don't want that one because that's annoying. Oh, Jesus. Okay, finally. God damn it. It's just pissing me off. Pissing me off. Fucking YouTube. Some bullshit. And I love how Restream just always it just hates me. It just absolutely hates me. It's like oh yeah, let's do our streams. Oh, you want that backup server? Cool. Oh, you restarted your thing? Oh, we're gonna do primary server again, even though you just told me backup server. Oh yeah, we gotta change that. Change the size limits. All right. Get AF 349. Get AF 34B. Set AF. I guess we're just gonna double it. So that's 2 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. Okay, and that would be 4349. 349. Oh, what? Oh, good thing. I could have really fucked that up. Badoop. There we go. And 34B. Would be 20,000. That's what we need. That's it right there. Alrighty. There we go. We got our buildings back. Hates you kind like... Whoa. Yes. Indeed it does. Well, hey, the important part is that we got it up and working. I mean, Twitch people had to suffer for the shortcomings of YouTube, but that's not their problem, is it? It's quite nice to have you back, nice guy. I can't remember the last time that... Oh, you were watching videos and stuff. Righty tighty. So we're like all good again. I have place everywhere and things are going decently well. We're probably just gonna keep building out rooms and stuff like that. In all honesty, I can't do a whole lot today. What I probably should do though is light this stuff, right? That would make sense. That would totally make sense. So let's start with that, I suppose. Do our little connectors, connected poopies, making sure that we can get lights and all that shit. Alright, so we came from there. Which means that if we do something like that, and then maybe something like that. Do that over there, which means we can do that right here. And maybe we do something like that. That should be good enough to cover this room. Do them on this side, because I'll take the walls over on that side. Do that. Do that. Do that, and this is a hallway, right? What the fuck is this? What did I do right there? Oh, that's one of those really long ones. I did not realize that they had a piece like that. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and see if we can't snap some lippy legs. Well, I'm not going to snap the lights necessarily. Normally going to bed right about now. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Can't be going to bed. Which areas? Over by that big old water pump. And I'm just kind of like, I guess, continuing a little bit what we did last time. Not necessarily entirely, but definitely gonna be working on it. I just want to do corner lights because corner lights might be decent enough. There we go. There we go. Well, it seemed decent enough until I actually started. Oh. Right there. Alright, so the lights are not necessarily bad. There's still this weird one that's in there, but what you gonna do? Hello! How's it going, Beanie? How's it going? Let's go ahead and get us a light over here. And we'll get us one up in here. There we go. Kind of didn't think about that. These lights are not equally distributed at all. At all. I suppose I'll just place this one here. So these are going to be relatively dark places, I suppose. But, you know, that's what you get if you're wanting to sleep up here. I think the one thing that we have to do is fill in this corner because previously we couldn't get it. It's not our fault, I will say that. Oh, how was holiday, by the way? We are glad you're back, of course, but the most important thing is how did your vacation go? All right, so it's one of these, maybe 3. No, it's looking like 4, isn't it? Yep, electric room 4. Let's go. Ah, and look at that. With place everywhere, everything is possible. All right, so there we go. We are all set. 4 doorways. Where's the doorway end cap? Right, so I never needed you in the first place. Get out of here. I didn't do that anywhere else, I don't think. Okay. So yeah, things are looking good. All right, so the one thing I guess that I just want to do right off the bat is put down some beds because we'll need those. As per usual, and I was leading up to this before. Oh, this is a cool bed. I like that bed. How did I get that bed? We'll do this one. I like this one. Is it got on both ends? Yeah. Okay. Well, that complicates my life just a bit. Yeah, put it over here. We're not going to be really like furnishing the shit out of anything. I'm at the point in my life where I realize that 1, I'm not good at it, and 2, I don't really like doing it. Particularly because I'm bad at it. And I've seen no reason to become good at it. So we're not really going to furnish the hell out of anything. We're just going to plop some beds. We're just going to plop some bedaloons. Whoops. There we go. So this way, if people want to wander back here and actually live, they have the option to do that. They got a bed, but at the same time, I don't have to waste my life doing stuff that I don't like, and I'm also not good at. I just like build men. That's what I should do. I should just build something and have someone else furnish it. That would be really, really cool, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I should maybe start networking to people. Would you guys want that? Would you guys be interested in that? Because I could totally see that being a thing. Florida was amazing. Ooh, good. Good. It's been rainy. It's been rainy though. I don't remember what part you were going to. Was it like Orlando? People go to Orlando. I don't know why. Orlando's not nice. I don't like Orlando. I've had a thing against Orlando ever since I moved here from Ohio because I was really, really close to whatchamacallit, Kings Island in Ohio, which is a fantastic amusement park. At least it was back when I lived there. It could have fallen into complete disrepair by now. I don't know. But it was absolutely amazing, fantastic, fantastic roller coasters, and I'm really a roller coaster kind of guy. Um, just absolutely amazing theme park. Anyways, little plug in there. But my big thing um, was like when I was growing up and watching TV and stuff. Like everything was filled at Universal Studios in Orlando, and they'd show like the theme parks and all the cool stuff. And I was just like, man, that looks so cool. That park must be awesome. And I had this idea in my head of like, that must be the best thing in the world. And then I actually went there, and that place sucked. And everyone else was like, "Oh my god, it's so awesome!" Because there's Florida people, and that's all they've ever known. And they were just ranting and raving about how great it was, and I couldn't help but to feel really, really bad for them because they thought that a terrible theme park was amazing. On the other hand, I've heard Busch Gardens is also very good, and I haven't been there, so I can't comment. Um, but anyways, that was my rant on Orlando. I just always feel like I'm being deceived whenever I go there. We had sunshine, rain, storms, tail end of the hurricane. It wasn't even a hurricane. It wasn't it wasn't a hurricane. It was never even a. Oh well, did it turn into a hurricane at the end there? No, I think it just turned into a tropical storm. That's nothing. How many? So let's be cheeky about this. Let's see if I go like right there. Yeah. Does that make sense? Right. And then this one. If we just assume what? Like that? Yep. Yep. That's gonna do her. Alright. Oh. Oh, I messed up here, didn't I? There we go. Ooh. Boom. Ooh, let's read some of these. Busch Gardens is brilliant. Okay, I will have to go check it out. Unfortunately, my girlfriend is not a roller coaster person, and I feel like the only meaningful reason to go to a theme park is for roller coasters. So, in some sense, it has me worried because, like, I just feel like we would never want to do what the other person would want to do, which is okay. But then it's like, why go to a theme park? Why not just go do something that we both want to go do? Like if I was going with friends, that's a different story. But you can't just be like, "Oh, sorry, babe, I want to go ride this roller coaster. You go find something else to do while I go off and do this." That's not cool. Orlando for 2 weeks and a week-long road trip. Oh, you went down to Miami, Key West, Key Largo, Sanibel Island, Siesta Key. Holy shit, you guys went everywhere. You guys did a big old U. I was actually in Miami in Key Biscayne 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, last week. Was it last week? I don't remember anymore. There's too much in here. It was educational too. We were with a couple of American friends, and we were teaching them the correct words for things. The correct words for things. Okay. Mm. Thank you, Lord Levamir. If I am confused about what to do and/or desire room suggestions, I will speak with you, sir. Okay, so let's just exit out of here so we can. I have. Oh, yep, that's a thing. Whoop. Okay, so we kind of have room for stuff, I suppose. I guess what we could do. I don't know. Do I want to try and go back through here again? I feel like I kind of gave up on that. I didn't give up on it too soon. But if we left here, we could go down into like another area. I don't know. I feel like we can really fill this spot in, but I just really feel like I don't want to. Like I don't care. Is that bad? Is it bad that I don't care? It might be bad. Hey, it doesn't quite matter, now does it? Go do that, and then directly across, I think this one. And then we can go to our lights. And we'll get these guys, and we'll just line it up. Doop, like that. Doop, like that. I don't think that they're going to necessarily be enough to light the way. Well, it's a decently lit light, I guess. There we go. No, that actually looks pretty good. It's not like Bethesda OG Vault good, but it's good enough. So that'll be fine. Is this a thing that I can do? Will this light work? No, it won't. Too far away from this. Yeah. You guys got seriously shafted. We had a conversation about that last week. Which was a conversation. But yeah, I mean, Bethesda can come out all they want and just say like, oh well, it's Sony's fault that you guys don't get mods. When at the same time, you had to know that it wasn't gonna be all hunky dory in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So from that aspect, I kind of just like, all right, guys, whatever. You know what? Whatever. Huh. This is not a thing. That is not a thing. Even if I got it up here, still not a thing? I'm almost wondering if I could just like fudge my way through here. See, this is what bugs me. This is honestly what bugs me about this settlement. Is it's just so expansive. Like, what's our purpose? Are we planning on filling the whole damn thing in? Fuck, I mean, I'm already out here, eh? Because I don't think that's what our goals should be. I honestly don't think that it's necessary to fill this whole fucking thing in. But at the other end, it's like we have so much room. Why not? Why not fill it in? Do I have tunnels coming through here? Guess we could change our stance and say mods is like cheating anyway, and we don't cheat. You could. Yeah, YouTube is so bad with the streams. Okay, we are very close. Hmm. Okay. I'm almost thinking that this could be maybe one of the last streams for this. I don't think today is necessarily going to be that day. But I think we're starting the countdown. One, this place is so huge, even if I wanted to put meaningful things in it, it's impractical. It just is, because there's just so much space and room And I've already built out so much. We put in like 2 sets of farms. I have storage rooms. We can add a couple more common areas, but I think I already have like a workout room. We have a cafeteria. I don't have like a barber shop or like a doctor's office or anything like that yet, which we could add in. But that being said, I think we've learned a lot, and more or less, I just want to kind of close the cracks. Right, this is open. We have the room to go down there and do stuff over here. So I kind of think let's just start filling it in. We'll start filling it in. We'll start doing our best to close it up, close it off. We'll throw some defenses on there most likely. Kind of have to. And then yeah, I mean let's just kind of do it to it and get this done with. I'm just gonna kind of throw it out there and say that because yeah, at this point it's just massive. It's just massive and it's just over the top. I don't know how to explain it other than it's just over the top at this point. We need a 3-way. So whoops. We'll do that just so we can branch out into here and kind of meet up with that one. In fact, this half piece or a whole piece? That is a whole piece. We should probably put a whole piece here. There we go. Do I have an arcade? I do not. That is a good idea, but are there really like arcadey things? I'm just not aware. Alright, so that's the path that we're going to have to take right through here. And then for these guys, it would be nice if we could go straight into... yeah, it would be really nice if we could just go straight into an atrium. Like, how cool would it be after walking down this very, very large, like, service hallway, and it's just like, boom! Now you're in a big open room with big open doors and spaces, and it's great. It's amazing. I also have a tiny, tiny amount of room. Tiny, tiny. In fact, we have more than a tiny amount of room now that I'm thinking about it. What we do is we could put something here that lets you go around over here, then you go up some stairways and we can build something on top there. See how I'm getting carried away with this? I mean, it's great in the sense that I can show you guys what's possible. At the same time, it's fucking ridiculous. In fact, let's do that. We're gonna save on some room. In fact, let's not do that. Let's do this. And keep saving on the room. So now we'll have this nice big area that'll lead you this way, which will let you get up that way, and everyone can be happy. This, on the other hand... wow. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Well, we can find out if it's gonna be a thing. Could add an armory. This is true. That could be this section over here. Let's go ahead and try and get that figured out. Alright, so that's that. We know that this is going to be a thing as well, so we could... What am I doing? Atrium. Can we put a floor on this other side? Where's my orb with the ceiling. Right. Oh, now we need the floor. There we go. Let's try to not go that far. This is going to be very, very close. In fact, this probably should be the end of the atrium. So let's go ahead and put that together. There we go. And then we need maybe the door cap. It'd be kind of nice if this was like a 360 thing, so I didn't have to go all the way to the end. I could just hit, like I could keep going right, and then it would just loop me back around to the front. That would be nice. I think with these little things, at least these tiny observations. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, cool. Hey, that works. Good morning, Brandon. How's it going? Glad that you could join us today. We are super excited to have you. So I think we've kind of started a thing where I talk about television. Have any of you guys watched Silicon Valley before? It is an HBO show, so if you don't got that, you wouldn't know. But if you do know, then you do know. Or maybe you just know of it and have never watched it. But having watched it, I would have to say that it is actually quite enjoyable. And if you have the opportunity to watch it, why not? It is a, I don't know, it pulls my heartstrings just a little bit. But, only because of me. Let's see, so for this one, we need, we're probably going to need a special floor. We're going to need this floor. Motherfucker, you need to go. Oh yeah, whoops, I forgot. Hey, there we go. Alright, cool. Still looks shitty. Hey, Sebastian, how's it going? Things are going pretty well over here. At least that's what I'm gonna make y'all think. School kids. Think twice before you go back. That's actually really bad. Well, it's not really bad. It is a valid statement. In fact. Well, I am starting to question my entire life right here. Do we do things, or do we not do them? This is the one. That is the one. Oh, mother trucker, we got that so good. Okay, cool. And now we can put the other floor. Oh, we're gonna make this mother work for it. Oh, yeah. I feel like I put together a very complicated room, and I am happy about how it turned out. All right, let's go ahead and find our roofy roofs. Our roofy McRoosters. Stay in school. Well, yeah, definitely stay inside. I never said anything about not staying in school. I don't want anyone to get that impression. I was saying merely going back to school, which means that you would have to have completed school in the first place. So let's be clear about that one, Mr. Rayner. Alrighty. Have I built a reactor power room yet? You noticed on one vid that I was moving a reactor around. But thought it needs. I do have a reactor room. Where did I put it? I think it was last episode I was moving it around. And I actually put it outside of the thing that we were building on top of sort of the stuff that I was building, right next to the water thing. However, there is somewhere else. There is somewhere else as well. Because I remember doing the scaling on it. Hey, Cody, how's it going? Glad that you could join us today. It's always good to have you. Alrighty. See, it's rooms like this that I think, you know what? Fuck lighting. We don't need it. Because it looks, I like this. I like the green. No, don't do that. I like the way that this radioactive light hits it. Even though there's no reason for there to be radioactive light. Alright, let's go ahead and... Is there just like a straight up... I mean, this is great. This is great, except it's going the wrong way. There we go. Oh! Oh, baby Jesus. Well, we have just unlocked some magic. Oh, fuck me. I forgot about this, too. I totally forgot about this. We have this one open right now. You know what? Fuck them. I ain't worrying about it. I ain't worrying about it. We have so much, and then with opening this one, it's like, why open that one? Unless we did that. Okay, this one. Hey, I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. Definitely not. Okay. Do we take this one and then set up a second atrium-like structure? I think we do. And then maybe we use that. I don't know. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't even know what I want to do. That's a problem. Well, it's good to have you back again, Cody. We missed you, your antics, and your hamburger eating, and your showering, and the other stuff that you do. You living. We were lost without you, Cody. We were lost. So lost. But now we are found, Cody. Now we are found. Alright, boom. Do I have a sleeve tattoo? I think that's so edgy. I do have a sleeve tattoo. It is not edgy. Hold on 1 second. I have too much coffee. I can't make that sound that like you're at the end. There we go. That's the one I wanted there. My back. Alrighty. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is we are most definitely going to have ourselves an atrium. It's going to go out like this. It's going to come down in here. And it's going to be extremely small. It's going to be so small that you will have yourselves questioning whether or not it is actually an atrium. Which is the exact feeling that we're going for here. Why? Why is that? Why is that a thing? What is going on here? What is going on? Why can't I build this thing to go right the fuck there? Oh! Why do you want to go there so bad? What's so great about this thing? Is it the doorway? There we go. Now we can turn that off.
Hello, CVW. How's it going? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, because
We're all doing fantastic. I am speaking for everybody on this, but I just have a general sense that people are doing all right. It's kind of the way that I work. Kind of just the things that I do. We are going down. You know what? I shouldn't say we when I mean I am going downhill. So fast. So fast. It's not funny. I need you to do that. Oh yeah. That. Oh yeah. That looks fantastic. Don't tell me it doesn't look fantastic. I know it doesn't look that great. Better lie to me and tell me it's awesome, because I have surrounded myself with you so that you can all tell me that I'm great and wonderful. It's just the kind of guy I am. Needs constant reassurance that he's okay. Come on, floor. Thank you. So, just as a general consensus, who would be sad if, in like 2 weeks, we weren't doing Vault 88 anymore and we moved on to somewhere new? Anybody? Any takers? Okay, I will take that fertilizer and I will raise you nothing. You could squeeze me for the burps. Alright, now we gotta get back up on top. Okay, so we've got this. This looks bad. Ain't no one lying about that. That looks bad. You don't want this rock coming into you. It'd be kind of nice if these things were destructible, but
Lavia, I know you didn't mean that.
It's probably true. It is probably true. But you know what? I appreciate you guys helping stroke my ego, because that's what true friends do. This is most definitely... Oh my god, who is good at just absolutely making things that shouldn't work? That's me. Oh, we had it. Oh, did we? No, we just need to... Oh, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. I love myself some apple pie. And if you don't, you're not American. Yeah, you heard me. All you British people out there, if you don't like apple pie, you're American. Or not American. You're not American. Yeah. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? Wouldn't mind me ditching it. Thank goodness. New red truck stop in Nuka World looks like a good size. You know what? You make a fantastic point, Mr. Beanie. With all the newer stuff in the recent DLCs, you're finding you're revisiting your original settlements to make changes, which, I agree, should probably be done. Oh, apple pie. You're not American. I can tell the fakeness of which you regard apple pie. Oh, I fucked up. You didn't see any of that. In fact, the last 2 minutes of this stream never happened. At all. Ever. In any version of the reality that we're living in right now. Prefers banana cream pie. Yo, but for real, banana cream pie? That right there. That is my shit. I love me some banana cream pie. Y'all don't even know. Love it. I gather it. I gather it up, and I smear it I smear the deliciousness that is banana cream pie all upon my person, and I don't regret it. I know that might seem crazy to some of you, but then you don't know how good banana cream pie really is. Oof. No, it's okay. I'm sorry, Sebastian. You can be you can like apple pie. That's fine. I seem to rave about real key lime pie in the key. Yeah, you know why? That's because the people in the keys are just so hyper protective of their key culture that it's almost sad. Um, I don't know. It's so commercial now. Like if it was back in the day, I might, you know what, I might grant them that. But like I don't know. You go to the Keys. Well, you just went to the Keys. Everything is like Key West this, Key West that. It's gimmicky. It's fucking gimmicky. And I'm not saying it's not a cool place. Hey, it's a great place. I used to go there when I was underage. No one would do anything. It was a bastard's paradise for me, a little bastard. No, I mean it was great. It's like it's a party town. I mean, what you gonna do? But at the same time, yeah, they're very like, oh well, this is a true key lime pie, and in the modern times in which we live, we all know that it's not possible for anyone anywhere else to get key limes through modern conveniences such as trucking and other things that make sense to people with lives. This actually looks really bad. I gotta admit, I thought that was gonna look a little bit better. That's my poopy voice. Jesus. I wanted 3. I suppose we could still put it here. I wanted 3 though. I really did. Well, we would get 3 this way. Maybe that, my friends, is how we go about this. Give me the shimmer. Is this a thing? Because I think it could be a thing if I then went to my railings and was like, yo, peeps. Just, nope, okay. Oh, that's the one. That is the one. Which makes me think that I should redo this, but it's so nice. It's just so nice. Can I not apply those to these? Oh, no, I totally can. What's the point? What is the point? What is the point? Alright, I guess we're back into the atriums. We're just gonna pick out these random floors. I'm just gonna put these floors right in here. No problems. Yeah, no problems. Alright. You got problems? I ain't got no problems. Do I want to? Do I want to? Maybe we leave this one. I was pretty keen on not having this be too big. Let's go ahead and put that corner piece right, just right there. Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, I don't need to cheat to get myself back up there. I just need to put this, yeah, and then boom. Well, congratulations. Well, hello, Ben. How's it going? You find key limes at Walmart. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. You can literally don't be hating the keys, Klaus. I am not hating the keys. I love the keys. Your birthday, instead of cake, you eat banana cream pie, except for yesterday's because you're in college and now you cannot afford banana cream pie. That is unfortunate. You think it suddenly became not safe for work. This is a fucking Sunday in the United States. It's a Sunday in
the British Isles. It is a Sunday in, I think, the entire continent of Europe at this. Wait, where we are? Let's see. Yeah, the entire continent of Europe. I'm not. I don't know how far. Uh, the one way I should go, but at least like Western Russia has to be Sunday. I think. Don't quote me on that. So not safe for work should not be a concern because nobody should be at work right now. Although some of you people do actually work on a Sunday, now that I recall, because I've had people comment that they're going to work on a Sunday. It is why the fuck it why hold on 1 second. It says 2 of 5 streams. How do I have 5 streams? It's only showing me 4 things. One of them, I don't even know what it is. Okay, we're going back. Sorry. For a long time, Sir Poopstain, I would eat blueberry pie on my birthday because I am a fan of blueberry pie. There we go. See, it's things like this which I feel like are just poorly implemented. I spoke too soon because here it is. This is the one I was looking for. Nope. Just kidding. Kidding. Look at this. It's stupid. Oh. I want this to be on the outside, not on the inside. So once again, dare I say it, but you have fucked up. You have fucked up, Bethesda. Because you do not understand what is this? What is that? Where was the one that went on the outside? There was one that went on the outside. This one here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, this is there should be one of these, but with like the closed off railing on the end instead of the open one, because I think that, I don't know, it makes sense in a fucking world that people live in that have brains. Now this is Fallout, so it is very possible actually that either nobody is truly human, we're all synths, and then this could be some weird synth oversight, um, or we've just been radiated to the point of not being able to comprehend things. Or it's a Bethesda game. Not sure. Hi, Das Wolfen. How's it going? How many tattoos do I have? And when hurt the most? Oh, or like which one? Uh, um, I have this one. I have this one, and I have one more. Now this one's kind of big, but I count it all as one. So I'm gonna say I have 3. Uh, sorry, stretching. And the one that hurt the most was this one. This one. Because I have some ones that are like on the wrist, obviously on both of those, but and that hurt really bad because this is my first one, and that hurt really bad, and I was like, man, the wrist is where it's at, man. Oh, if you can get tattooed on the wrist, you can get tattooed anywhere because it was painful, very painful. However, then I got tattooed here, and I handled the wrist well. It was painful, but I didn't flinch. Fucking sucked it up. I was pretty awesome about it. I cannot say that about this one. When my artist went, because there's like some shading in there, like it was all she did the lines first, and then she went back and started shading it in, and when she shaded it in, I was fucking dying. It was so ridiculously painful. Which then opens the question up even further, and I don't think that's even the worst part. She had a tattoo literally inside her fucking armpit. That I will say must be the most painful location ever, because I only got close and thought it was extremely painful, and was having a hard time getting through it. Now, for her, I can only imagine.
guess we have to use this floor. And then a different wall. Okay, which will be fine. And so yeah, that's my feeling on that. So just just an FYI for you, just for you. Oop, this is the one I want. You wanted to cry though, right? I never cried, but it was very painful. I mean, it's not like extreme pain, but it's just extremely uncomfortable. But I have not cried getting a tattoo. I don't think it's not that painful. It's very, very uncomfortable. I think that's the way to put it. Saying that's very painful might be slightly misleading. Whatever. It doesn't feel good. Well, I don't know. Because after a while, like the initial shock, I think the initial shock definitely hurts. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it does start to kind of feel good. Like yeah, okay. After the fucking 4 hours that I was sitting getting this done, and then she was like, that hurt. But when she was doing the line, well, even that's a bad one. But like other things, like my elbow, I didn't even feel my elbow. And a lot of the other parts of my body, it's very weird. Your adrenaline starts to get going, and you just get pumped, and you kind of get a rush, and in a weird way, it kind of starts to feel good. Weirdly, not like good. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it just there's a point in which it stops really hurting, and you're just like, ugh. But I think it's all the adrenaline that's just rushing through your body. It's weird. Can't cry in front of a lady. I mean, I would have cried in front of her. I'll admit, I can cry. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. In fact, I feel like a lot of, I mean, and everyone has their own opinions, but I feel like a lot of people think that you're not manly if you cry or whatever. Um, but I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a family, I guess, under a dad that was very much into like, you're not a man if you can't cry. You know, like being a man isn't bottling up your feelings or whatever. So that was very much a theme of my life. So I don't really find it necessarily like an issue with feelings. If that makes sense. But again, everyone's different, so I understand all walks of life. But I just want to let you know, if you or anyone else you know is a crier, that is okay. Everyone will still love you because you're an amazing person. Your arm went numb after a while. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like weird. I don't quite know how to explain it. Like, cause yeah, like I was saying, I didn't feel my elbow at all, which was weird. Because my tattoo artist said that elbows were rough for people, but it was kind of weird. I mean, I could feel like hitting the bone, but I literally couldn't feel anything there. Um, I don't know. One thought I had was I used to skate when I was a lot younger, and I don't know. I mean, I have a pretty bad scar here, and I totally tore this elbow up, and I'm sure I did the same thing there. I might have literally just killed all the nerve endings in my arms. That might actually be what happened. I don't know. I don't know for surezies, but yeah, I didn't feel it for some reason, and she was very surprised. I wasn't because I didn't feel it. So there is that. Alrighty. See, this is gonna be nice. When was the last time I cried, and what did I cry about? Well, personal stuff, but I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, something like that, somewhere in and around that time period. I guess we'll put the light here as well.
This is actually surprisingly well lit, except for this little dark corner over here. I wonder if the AI is going to have a problem with this. I have Geek Life on your knuckles and 42 on your inner right arm in UV ink. Ooh. Ooh. Does that actually work? I mean, I apologize for my ignorance, but I am not familiar with UV ink in the least. Is this gonna maybe fix things? Not fix things, but I mean, I'm gonna leave it because it makes things brighter over here. I feel like this is bright and dark all at the same time. Very weird how the vault lighting works. Very, very weird. Oh, you know what? You know what? I was very on the verge of crying during the last Valkyria Chronicles one where Isara died. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry. But yeah, I got quite emotional over that. I teared up. Tears did not fall down my face though. That was actually surprisingly gripping. Gripping one. Cry at movies and TV shows that are sad, indeed. I cry. I will admit, I cried at the end of the what was it? The Notebook? Is that the one? The Notebook, where the spoiler alert, the old people die together at the end. I thought that was a beautiful moment. I thought it was a testament to true love, and I cried, and I am okay with that. You cried. Your inner arm was uncomfortable, but the knuckles were easy. I made a promise to my mom I wouldn't do my neck, face, or hands until I was retired. So I wouldn't know, but I might find out one day. Most of your tattoos are black and gray, but you have a tat. Wait, but I have had a could tattooed. I don't know what that means. With white UV, and it looks invisible in normal light and goes in UV. Cool. You cried to that song, "Happy." Hey, that's cool. Sometimes I tear up at music. But particularly because the music is so pretty. It's weird. But like when someone has a really, really, really good voice, like you're an excellent singer. And I'm not talking about like pop singer, or whatever, but just someone that has like just a gorgeous voice. I can't help but to tear up a little bit from the beauty of it. But couple could. Oh, couple. Oh, okay, cool. Shed a single tear. It was so unexpected. Doesn't have tattoos. Am I a quiet crier? Or am I loud? Oh, I'm a quiet crier for sure. I don't like making scenes. I'm a quiet crier. Yeah, I don't know. It's something about the voices, man. When they let out those notes, and it strikes some chord in the side of you. Also cried when Andy gave his toys and toy. I mean, that is a serious moment right there. Let's be honest about that. I mean, think about it. It's kind of like the symbolism of his innocence, his childhood. It's now gone. How dare those bastards at Pixar decide that Andy's grown up? They don't know. They don't know how Andy really feels. Should I have tried to continue this? Nah, it wouldn't have worked through here. Through here? Through here is a different story. In fact, I might be able to get away with that. We'll see. We shall see. Skirpy. Come on. Okay. You cried during the final episode of Rizzoli and Oz. My friend
from college loves that show. I don't know why, but she ran and raved about how good it was. I never even thought about giving it a look. Um, and we had another friend, and he would just always make fun of her and tell her she was the only one. I forget what channel it was, but like she was the only one that actually watched that channel. So now I have some evidence to the contrary. Excuse me. Looks like we're gonna make it through just fine, ladies and gents. Just fine indeed. There we go. That's so weird to me why that works there, but not there. Okay, so now we have lay options. You're crying now because your croissants went bad. That's terrible. How could you let something like that happen? You can't just let croissants go bad. You cried when you were play fighting with the kids and when the kids kicked you in the nuts. Yes, that counts. That counts. This wasn't like this was no like qualified statements here, like, you know, something really bad happened and blah 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 blah. No. We aren't doing stuff like that. We're just sharing stories, man. Just sharing ourselves some stories. Oh hey, that is a mole rat. This is also a mole rat under there. They were only a few days old. Well, see, that's your problem. You can't just let croissants sit like that. You gotta eat them up. You gotta make them all scrumdiddlyumptious, and then eat them. Oh, by the way, if you guys have a Trader Joe's by you, and again, this might not be like everyone's idea of like something incredible, but if you like eggplant, also known as fucking weird British word, what are they called? Aubergines? Is that what they're called? Aubergines? Because fucking France. Why are you letting the French define your English words, British people? That's what I want to know. Because William the Conqueror, coming from Normandy, redefining the English language. You know what? Actually, in retrospect, the English language has just been beaten and abused by everybody. It's kind of unfortunate. That's why you guys must have been so crazy when it came to later times. And I mean, you were always relatively powerful back in the day, but then when you really got your power and you started colonizing all of Earthing, you guys were just like, this is for making us say aubergine instead of eggplant because it's a fucking eggplant. But anyways, that's besides the point. Eggplants, yes. I'm sure Cody's agreeing about the croissants. Yeah, most definitely. How could Cody not agree? Any travesty regarding food is probably something that just absolutely crushes his poor little soul. My guess is he won't be able to get over that for a long time. And I just want you to know, Sebastian, that you are the cause of a poor British boy's sadness. He is now sad because of what you've done to that poor croissant. We just like to sound fancy sometimes. You know what? That's fair. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. Oh yeah. All right, come on. One more. Just give me. Oh yeah. I wonder if they went through and did stuff to see if this would actually work or not beforehand. Scooby doo boo ba doo boo biddy boo. Oh yeah. Who's the man with the plan? Not me, of course, because we're gonna go right up into that wall. But if we can get this to work, which we know it now will, basically what we're gonna do is then we're gonna shift it over here-ish.
That's the plan. It's a good plan. It's an amazing plan. That made you feel odd? Well, that makes two of us then. Two sad guys that just What's wrong with eggplants? Anyways, I was gonna say Trader Joe's. They have this olive bread, which is incredible. I'm sorry for getting sidetracked. Uh, incredible olive bread. And last night we made eggplant parmesan. Uh, hmm. And yeah, it was pretty amazing on that olive bread. What we did was we made the eggplant parmesan, and then we sliced the olive bread, and then sliced it again, and we had like these 6 little squares of olive bread like that, and put them down, and then we put a little butter and garlic on the bread. And we baked them just a little bit. Well, no, not bake, broiled them just to crisp up the top. Pulled them back out. Put a little sauce on them. Put that eggplant on them. Put a little sauce on top of that eggplant, and then went put our moots on top of that, and then broiled it again. Let that cheese melt down, crisp up. Ooh, best thing I've ever eaten. And that olive bread is redonkulous. Redonkey-kongulous. That's what it was. And I feel like you should all know it. And since y'all know it now, y'all can go out, find it, and eat it. Unless you don't have Trader Joe's, then you're kind of screwed. You'll be grilling brats and burgers for the game. I just want a brat. The bratwurst is the best wurst. This is my general feeling about wurst. You're gonna go through Kennedy Space Center when you said out loud, does anyone in America use a damn indicator? And an American said, what's an indicator? What's an indicator? Ah, gunner artillery. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad to hear that you are an electrical engineer as well. Your future will be bright. I mean, for real though, you're gonna have a lot of opportunities with that degree. Literally, electrical engineering is arguably the best engineering. You have the most life choices after your degree, and it is absolutely incredible. I think we should start getting the thing from over there and then hooking it up over here, and then I think what we can do is kind of march on out one of these directions, and then we have a big space that we can build in there next time. See you, Cody! Holy crap, that's a... Oh, it's a turn signal. Thanks, Das Wolfen. Because I didn't know. Okay. Oh, right. I forgot about this. I think in this one I'm going to have a big ass atrium. I mean, this atrium is going to be so huge. You guys aren't even gonna know about it. Well, not at all. Let's go ahead and we'll add a little hall to doorway. You guys... Oh, nope, that didn't work. Now it worked. Okay. So that's interesting. Is this a thing? That's a whole thing. That kind of sucks if that's a whole thing. This isn't going to be disrupted. No, it's not. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead then, shall we? And grab one of these atriums at the doorway. And then maybe we can get ourselves a floorway. Oh, we might be able to get the other floors, the one with the roofs, which would be a little bit more consistent once we get around to these other places. There we go. And I think we'll end up being okay at some point. There we go. There we go. Oh, I was doing so well. All right. Whew. This might be it. Let's go ahead and we'll get another doorway thingy mabobby. And we'll try and link these guys up. Where's the thing? There's the thing. There we go. Gear stick equals shift stick. See, that makes more sense. Indicator, boot. I knew the boot. I knew the boot. Bonnet, I was familiar with. Windscreen, windshield. See, these things, they make sense. They make sense. I suppose the indicator does. And my answer to you is, do people in the United States use their indicators? Yes. Do people in Florida use their indicators? Not many. It's Florida. You kind of expect it. Like, they think, well, not they think, but they say America's like a melting pot, right? And that's more or less true. But it's not like a homogenous thing. Like I'm sure you're aware. The United States is many different people, and then all of these different people tend to pick their own area that they want to be in. Now, in Florida, we have a lot of people that come from a lot of places that don't know how to fucking drive. And I will admit that the people that are like native to here pick up on this and then also can't drive. And we also get a lot of old people that are just dumb, that shouldn't be allowed to drive. It's not that they can't drive, it's just they shouldn't be allowed to, because over the past 90 years, they have gone from good drivers to not so good drivers to really bad drivers. And that's a thing. That's a thing too. Can say people in LA rarely use their indicators too. Oh, indeed. We drive like nutters? Yeah, this is true. That is not a lie. That is not a lie in any way. I also generalize like a very large segment of the American population now, I feel like. It's still much more easy to drive over here than the UK. I just feel like, do you really even need to drive in the UK? I think that is an ignorant question. Of course you probably need to. But from my personal perspective of the week that I spent in your lovely country, which I will be returning to next May, hopefully, it didn't seem like you had to drive anywhere, which was awesome. Just totally awesome. It's the only way I can put it. If that's not the case, however, I understand. Because, like I said, I wasn't there for that long. Okay. We are so close to linking this up. It is not even fucking funny right now. Alright, the one thing that we are going to have to do, and I suppose we can probably get one more of these. But now we have to get to the point where we're actually, like, hooking things up. What the fuck is even in here? Important things in here? That might be important. Probably not that important. Alright, I guess I'm leaving this because it's, like, kind of cool. Did I want to go out this way? This way I think is problematic because if we... do it this way. The other way is going to be way too complicated. And then we can add our three-way here. And then just hook it in. Hook it in. There we go. Alright, so now these guys are all connected together. We can use that so that we can get up here and do our stuff over there. Additionally, we're all hooked up over here. So, more or less, it's a fucking maze. But it's one big connected maze now. There's going to be only one entrance, and that's at the very front. So if this place ever gets attacked and I lose, it's going to be very frustrating because I'm going to barricade the front before we're done with this. Because then I'll know it's just the game being nonsensical and doesn't have to actually do anything with the quality of our settlements. Why is this light? Why is there a light in there? That's weird. Kansas drivers don't know how to drive either. When you go to Kansas City, you can always tell when someone's from Kansas by their driving. You spent a week in London, which has an all-out transportation system. The rest of the UK is not like that. Yes, this is true. You had to enjoy 3 weeks in England years ago. We'd love to go back. Indeed. I actually looked into getting a visa and going over there to work. The real complication for me though is the tax system. Jesus Christ! Like, I don't know. The United States kind of is dumb in that aspect of like we gotta pay taxes on worldwide income. So pretty much like if I lived in the UK, then I would need to pay taxes to them, obviously, which is right. Not complaining about that. Actually, let's put these on the inside. So I'd have to pay taxes to the UK, which again I'm not complaining about. I'm not saying it's wrong. Wow, I'm so fucking airheady. I just totally lost my train of thought. I would have to pay taxes to them, but then if I made over a certain amount of money, I would then have to pay the United States government. And there's like kind of ways to get around it, I suppose. Like there's these like tax exemption credits, which is basically like, did you pay taxes in the country that you were living in? Obviously, yes. But whatever. So it's like if you did that, then you can deduct those taxes, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's like that it's going to cover everything. So you might get taxed again, and then it just gets odd. It's odd from there. It's just like the whole 90,000, $90,000, or it's $100,000 I think now, $100,000 a year. If you make over that, then just all sorts of bad shit happens, and like the U.S. government's like, "Give me all your money." It's very confusing. I don't even understand it all myself, so I could have probably misspoke there. I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. Don't trust any sort of financial stuff that I'm saying. When you were in Prestwick, you needed a car to get around? Well, you're impressed wicking me with your knowledge. Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't talk about tax with you. You couldn't believe the price you see in shops. It's not the price. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the thing I liked, and I don't know why we don't do that here. I think it's because we don't have like a national sales tax. It's like each state has their own tax policy, and then the counties have a different policy, and it might be the same way in England. I don't fucking know. But it's like everywhere's a little bit different. So I think that's why they don't include. Well, they should still be able to include it in the price. I don't know. And then I also heard that you guys get your salaries, and like when someone gives you a job offer, they tell you what the salary is after tax. If that makes any sense. So like here they might be like, oh, you're gonna make $30,000 a year, but what they're not telling you is that you're not really making $30,000 a year net. because stuff, you're actually going to be making. Sorry, going crazy here. You're actually making less than that because that's the whole tax thing. So I heard in the UK that they actually quote, like, when you go for a job and they offer you a job, they'd be like, oh, you're making £30,000 a year, which is a lot of money, and then that's like actually what you make per year after tax, which is nice to know that number. Taxes already added in the price you see. Yeah. Well, I know the price is already added. Cities have taxes. Yes, this is true. It sucks PS4 doesn't get mods. Yeah. Those bastards. I don't know. I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it last week, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, my opinions haven't really changed on the matter. I think it was dumb. It was a dumb move. It was a dumb move on everybody's part. However, Bethesda is the one that's going to end up reaping the rewards out of this, because they're going to be able to make Sony look like a bad guy, and the gamers are going to they're going to eat it up. People are going to eat that shit up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's pretty much a guarantee. Which is, I don't want to say sad necessarily, but it's kind of sad. Basically, Bethesda made a promise knowing full well that it wasn't going to work, and then decided to make the promise with the intention of making it work. Now, I don't see how that's any more acceptable than just outright lying to people, you know? Like, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, hey, we are going to do this. Like, I am going to go jump off of a building and live. And what I'm not telling you is that I am depending on the parachute company to give me a parachute for free. And you believe me. And then when the day comes and I'm like, I'm going to jump off the building now, and y'all line up and you're like, yeah, oh yeah, because you spent hundreds of dollars, not hundreds of dollars, let's just say you spent minimum of $60 on tickets to watch me jump off of this building. And then I go up on top of the building and I say, you know what, guys? The Acme company that makes those parachutes, it's their fault. I'm not going to be jumping off of this building because they won't provide me the parachute I need to fulfill my promise to you. They are the bad guys. And to me, it's kind of like I am equally as bad of a guy for promising you something that I know I couldn't attain unless I convinced someone else to do something that, I don't know, arguably isn't in their interest. I don't know. I don't know the logistics of it all, but still, it's like you only promise something when you know that you can do it. They obviously knew it wasn't going to work, but whatever. Proprietary audio software, yes, they're using like specific codecs, but again, if you developed Fallout 4 for the PlayStation 4, you had to know that ahead of time. You had to know that it was a proprietary codec because you're compiling your game to run on that device. So for me, it's like, what did you not get, Bethesda? And then it's also skewed. I feel like it's very skewed. I should make a video on this and it'll get millions of views and people will be like, we hate you, Klaus. Stop with your logic. And you don't have to agree with me. I would probably not agree with me. But I will say that I am hesitant to put the blame all on Sony. Sony has done its own wrongdoing here, for sure. And they've harmed themselves because essentially they're showing developers, we're not willing to work with you. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. And this whole thing where we've seen this shift of like, PlayStation 4 is first, PlayStation 4 is the best console, and all this stuff. Microsoft is starting to claw their way back with that Xbox, man. And with the new Scorpio one, I think that's gonna be like $300 or something like that. I think that's what they said. And they had a fucking field day with Sony when they talked about the PlayStation 4 Pro. Just fucking nonsense. But I don't know. I mean, that's my opinion. Sony cut their nose off to spite their face. I will agree. You know? Hey, B8Y16, how's it going? The advertised wages in the UK is subject to tax and national insurance. Oh, okay. So like it actually doesn't actually. So like if I was an employer and I told you you're making £30,000, then that's actually taxable. That's not like that's like the before tax, because that would make sense, I guess. That's where I'm trying to see. So Dr. Greed says they got mods to work on PS4, so they just didn't accept it, which I agree. That every mod be QA tested by Bethesda, and that they wouldn't let Bethesda release a converter for the prototype. Okay, there's two parts to this, and I'm gonna zone in on that second part, which is they wouldn't let Bethesda release a converter for the proprietary audio codec. Proprietary. Bethesda knew this, and I understand that. To me, Bethesda, and I don't know if they argue this. Maybe you could have a server that all it does is if someone puts in an audio file, you just run it through this fucking server and it just batch processes it and it converts this shit and everyone's done. And I might be oversimplifying it completely. Could be oversimplifying it. And I agree. I have read that they actually got mods to work. So there is that, and there are plenty of mods that are actually available for the PlayStation 4. They're just not opened up. So the thing that Sony demand every mod be QA tested by Bethesda is Sony's problem. Why would Bethesda be responsible for QA testing their mods? It doesn't make sense to me. It's a fucking mod. They're going to have bugs. You would assume that they're QA tested by the other people. But in the end, I don't understand why it matters. If it breaks, it's not, well, maybe that's what Sony was worried about. It doesn't matter, though. It's not Sony's problem if a mod breaks. It's not Bethesda's problem if a mod makes. It's the modder's problem if the mod breaks, because it's the mod's problem. I don't understand how that happens. But I do really appreciate that, Das Wolfen, because you're bringing some light to this conversation that I might not have been aware of beforehand. But very, very good arguments from you. And I still think, though, that every problem has two sides. It doesn't matter. Any problem in the world, always two sides. There are two people responsible, two entities responsible for every interaction. And when things don't work, it's not always one-sided. So that's just my 2 cents. Sony agreed beforehand. Okay. So that is something I didn't know. If they would agreed and then pulled out, this all comes down to, was it in writing, all that stuff. I have to wonder that indications, got really indication when they went ahead and decided to run the whole mods. Negotiations must have soured badly. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. If the job is advertised at $30K a year, you would be expect. That is not a lot of money. Take home equals post tax. Yeah. I thought the insurance was part of the tax. I suppose that makes sense. Sony just wants Bethesda to be the mod intermediary. Yeah. Why you don't play console anymore? Yeah, for sure. They don't want the people having edit options for the proprietary software, which I understand, right? Because what happens, like, let's say I'm making a lot of money off of particular software, right? Like, that's part of my revenue stream as a company. And then all of a sudden, now that is made open to everybody else. So now everyone else can use that as well. That's part of my IP. It's how I make money. Now I'm not going to make money about it. And I understand we can talk about evil corporations and the man. But when it comes down to it, businesses have to stay afloat. And they all have their own revenue models and all that stuff. And in some sense, I'm going to step back and respect Sony on that. If I had proprietary software that I was licensing out to developers, and that developer told me that they wanted to release that tool to the public, I would say, fuck you, because how am I going to make, like, that's how I make money. How am I going to make money if that's free? You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you look at it. I'm in this like really weird point where I love Linux, I love open source, I love free software. It's hard to sit back and talk about how we should pay for software and then also how we shouldn't pay for software at the same time. But I think the software developer has the right to do what they want with their own software, if they want to make it free or not. And again, I don't know the logistics of it, so I could be wrong. But I just think that Sony's got the reasons. That's how they make their money. And I mean, if I was dependent, even partially, on something like that, I wouldn't want it just being free and openware. Because what happens? I mean, what happens if someone decompiles the executable, and now they're working with their source code and they rip you off? And you know, who's responsible? Is it, oh well, shucks, sorry Sony, or is it Bethesda's fault, or this or that? I mean, it just gets crazy in my mind. I don't even want to think about it. Sony's afraid that their system being jailbroken. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, it's already been jailbroken through the PlayStation browser. Ooh, I did not actually know that, which is pretty sweet. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't even worry about that. In some aspects, I mean, you should, right? You should, but you shouldn't, because it's almost inevitable in today's day and age. You just can't. You're not going to be able to keep things locked down forever. You're not going to keep things secure forever. It's just not going to happen. There's too many people with too much knowledge that I think a lot of the attempts to keep things secret are somewhat futile. So it's a legit argument, but they agreed until the last minute, which I agree. I mean, and maybe that's where Bethesda was like, hey, let's do this mod thing. We're promising people you're gonna have mods. Sony's already said yes, and then the last minute Sony's like, nah. That's a pretty dick move. At the same time, it all comes down to like, is it in writing? And what was the agreement beforehand? Because yeah, they could say, oh, hey, we're thinking about putting mods on PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 is like, that's great. In their mind, they're thinking two different things. And when it finally comes down to negotiating the deal and they realize that they're thinking two different things, and that's where things start going south, again, that's two parties involved. And I think that Bethesda has some responsibility to that. I don't think they're making it look that way. I understand that it's frustrating for them. I can imagine it's probably equally frustrating for the people at Sony. In the long run, it's going to hurt the people at Sony more. That's what's going to do, because it's just really bad PR. And for a game company that people love so much, I don't see much in terms of repercussions for Bethesda, to be honest. Not that I think there really should be for either company. It was just a deal that went south, and it went south in a very drawn out, unfortunate way. And Sony's gonna pay the price for it. And it's just, you know what? It's just another one of those business lessons, man. It's another business lesson. It's like having us be the birthday boy between divorced mom and dad buying the best present. Don't forget about Skyrim Remastered. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, same engine, right? So it was the same concept that they were trying to implement for both things, and it just is, man. It just is one of those things that happen, and it's very unfortunate. But there's really two sides of the argument that you can respect. It's not Bethesda's responsibility, and again, I should probably read up on the situation a little bit more. It's not Bethesda's responsibility to test every single mod. They're not responsible for that. They're just giving people tools to add to a game. That's it. It's not their problem. They shouldn't have that level of responsibility, I don't think. At the same time, I don't think that Sony necessarily needs to release their proprietary software, because it's just kind of, again, endangering their revenue stream. And there's really, how do you license that? Is it free? Is it not free? You got to pay to use it. Like, what's the thing? And if it's not free to use, then you know what's going to happen. People are going to break it and basically put out cracked versions of it, and people are going to use it for free. So it gets messy. That's why yes, Zarin is bringing up a really good point. It's like a telephone game. It's a he said, she said, none of us were there, and I mean, Sony looks like a piece of shit right now, and I don't think anyone's doubting that. I'm not doubting that. I think they look like a piece of crap. It just, to me, seems like a bad business model for a hardware developer to not like give a rough time to a software developer, but I mean, I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? I mean, they're giving a rough time, and it just is like a compounding thing, right? What the next person that wants to make software for your system is gonna sit there and be like, oh, I wanted to do this, but if I can't even do that, then what the hell? Or like, hey, Bethesda got shut down and they wanted to do something cool. Now we don't want to do the same thing as Bethesda, but we would like to do something cool. You know, how do we go about doing that? Can we work with Sony? Oh, I don't think we can work with Sony. Okay, well maybe we shouldn't work with Sony then. I don't know. I think there could be a lot of really weird things that come out of all that. But who knows? I mean, we'll end up seeing. I don't know if I should have done that, but I'm gonna leave that. How's it going, Setla? Daddy Bethesda bought us a pony. Mama Sony said no. I mean, that is not too far from the truth, is it? It's not too far from the truth at all. Ooh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry if I sneeze into the microphone. I'm gonna try and withhold that. There we go. Beanie. No mods, PlayStation sucks. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Have I seen what happened with a 3DS? You could get any game free now with the right stuff. That sucks. I mean, you know, I think even worse than maybe like Sony though is Nintendo. At least from what I've heard, like I don't know if we're talking about like developers that or hardware people that just kind of just are fucking dumb. Definitely Nintendo, because don't they have a bunch of bullshit where it's like you can't record their games because they own it? Or, I don't know. It's just fucking retarded. Cocaine is hell of a drug. Yes, it is. I'm gonna after everything I say, and I just don't have anything else to say after that. I'm just gonna say cocaine is a hell of a drug because it just seems so relevant. So we have some pretty lit up walkways. We could keep. Man, those are some janky stairs. We could keep going for it, right? We could, and we probably should. Let's go ahead and get this conduit here. And I don't know how far these are going to let us get up these stairs. I expect not far. We'll see though. Definitely just want to get this lit. Will this work? It will. There we go. And there we go. All right. So, oh, holy fuck. What happened? What's going on here? Is that just... Oh, it looks blue, like I have something else coming through there, but it's not. Okay, that's fine. You have a conundrum. Your daughter and your birthday is coming up, and we're trying to plan a party. Question is, do we decorate for a 27-year-old or a 4-year-old? Is it the same? Is it the same? Like who's coming over? I think that's. Oh my god! I didn't realize that. This is totally fucked. There we go. Is it the same party? Like, are your friends coming and her friends coming? Because I kind of think like you go with the younger one on that. So if there's like a bunch of 4-year-olds and a bunch of 27-year-olds, just roughly speaking, all come into the same party, I would, I suppose, imagine that you decorate for the 4-year-old. 27 or 4-year-old. Just use unicorns. Same thing, right? No strippers. Good point. If you guys play The Witcher at all, you would know that Geralt is a fan of unicorns. And he's really old. So that's a thing. this should be lit. Yep. Okay. There we go. And this is our main room with our lights all the way up there that don't even hit down here. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, so super well lit. Down here, not so much. A dungeon. What the fuck is I don't even know what I've built over here. It's just so expansive. Decorate mostly for the 4-year-old, but have an area exclusively for the adults. That's not a bad idea. Have a Disney's Frozen themed party with alcoholic fruit punch. It's mostly family. I would go with 4-year-old. My girlfriend and her dad have the same birthday, for better or for worse. And typically, and this is just the decision that their family has made, they generally kind of hold a party for her. And he just goes along for the ride. Granted, I mean, a lot of his friends show up, but yeah, it's just very weird when you get to that level, I guess that's the way to put it. Yeah, like, what do you do? That's a conundrum and a half. I wonder if the power will radiate. Someone also asked whether or not the posters illuminate. And I believe that there are posters that light up. So that could be a thing. Moment of truth. Okay, that's one of them. Hey, there we go. All right. Yeah, so I think we got it. Not bad, not bad at all. Am I going for the classic vault feel? I doubt this is a classic vault. However, I would like to do something that's more classic, I guess is the way to put it. Something like Vault 98. And in fact, we kind of are getting to the point where building is starting to get kind of old. What I need to do is I need to get over, whoops, to a good point. Oh, no, we need to go the other way. So that's my atrium that we made, and I think we kept going, right? What did we do? Where did we go? Oh, I'm still lost. We gotta go find that other way. Did we go back this way? Maybe, might have been. No, I'm going the wrong way. Gotta find it. See you, Lamia. Thanks for coming out again. We came up with something. We're gonna do a 4-year-old room from 5 to 7, and then 7 to 9 for adults. Yeah, that's not a bad way to do it. When you get a message weighing the falls interject, good luck finding them in that maze. Yeah, actually, this is true. The classic goes all underground. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So in that sense, then yes. I mean, obviously for this one, we're all under the ground. Fuck, where? God damn it. I guess we gotta go this way. I mean, there's only 3 places where they come in anyway.
Pick stuff up that was popped on your fork. Not a bad idea. Usually, whatever is attacking is by your vault dwellers. I had mutants already attack, and they just were basically located at the 3 entrances. That's pretty much what they did. There was a group that was right here. There was a group that was up at the front, and there was a group that was you know, the one where you like come up out of like the manhole or whatever. Is that the one? Basically, all the entrances. You're trying to mix the given. I see. Don't worry, Dr. Green, we get you. We get you. There's the one over here. Vault 81. That's what I want to do. I was thinking earlier today, beforehand, that I would kind of like to have something. I don't necessarily say similar to this, but similar to this. Because I feel like it's just done pretty well. And I know we won't have any of this, but like if we just kind of imagine that it is underground, I mean it won't be, just kind of given random stuff or whatever.
Watch out for the maintenance.
Yep, sure.
Stay safe, sir.
Oh, I don't want to go in there. Wait, do I have to go in there?
Don't make me regret letting you in here.
Oh, I gotta go. Alright, let's go down. You're using 3 collapsed tunnels for a rifle range type of thing and sealed up into the wall with concrete. Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. You can control your vault dwellers by keeping beds, farm, and their other activities close together, so you always know where they are. This is true. I tend to be very bad at this type of deal. So that will be good. Kind of like this. Maybe use like that thing.
Wow. I mean, I ain't got words.
I don't know what that means. Whatever. Regardless, this is kind of what I was thinking about doing. I mean, it's not gigantic, but it's very well put together. Right, where you have your shops and all that stuff. That's cool. I wish I had that.
You want a good meal? See Maria at the cafeteria.
Yeah, you know where a good meal is at, Tubby.
Tired of these tools giving out. Don't
all right.
There's work to be done. She's looking pretty bad in there.
See, but there's all this. I feel like this is very, very well planned.
They don't just grow on trees.
Nobody in the vault wants to help run this place.
This is a nice.
You'll find someone.
Just a nice overall vault. I feel like if we worked hard enough,
An incident on my watch.
probably
We'll start today.
make something that's like fairly similar to this.
So you're the reason the patrols are doubled today.
The fuck is this guy talking about? I just think this is like a really good template of kind of how a vault should be built. And yeah, we have our vault or whatever,
It must be rough living out there.
but
I was hoping you'd stop by.
this is kind of cool.
Now I know from
Nope.
experience that I guess that's a no.
Ha! Holy shit! What happened to her? That's not good. Dr. Pensky. Dr. Pensky, you
You'll
should
do
be under there.
perfectly. I'm in need of a willing test subject to try this
Yep,
new strain of
goodbye.
food I've created. It's for science.
Hi, how are you?
Locked out. Hi. See, I don't know. This just seems like a good thing. Why do I have this piece? What is this piece? Do we have that piece? I don't think we do. That's kind of cool, though.
feel like this is the way it should be. Oh my god, this is quite large.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm talking.
I hope I'm not being presumptuous, but I'd like to ask you a favor. Would
Nope.
you mind donating some medical centers? If you
Fuck
change your mind, I'll be here.
Ah, damn it, he gave me a quest. It's actually kind of funny because I've never walked around here, and I'm realizing now that they basically gave us all the stuff that they used to make these rooms. That's cool, though.
The work
These are
never
nice.
ends in Vault 81.
I don't know. It just makes sense that we would make something very similar to this. Oh, see, this is cool. Why didn't they give us this stuff? That would have been really cool.
For a meal? See Maria. She runs the
No, I'm not
Sunshine
really
Diner
looking for a
trailer.
meal. Bathrooms.
I heard we had a trader in today.
Quarters.
Your Pip-Boy ever act up on you?
What's this? Are we in an old part of the... Oh.
Hey, outsider. Do me a favor. If my good-for-nothing brother asks you for Jet, hey, remember what I said.
Oh.
Hey, the outsider. Aw, man. My hands are shaking.
You got Jet? No. Fuck you. I don't want to give you no drugs. I'm listening to your sister, Tina. She's a nice lady. I'm actually discovering a lot for the first time with you guys right here. The Floriator, yeah. 8 hours and 40 minutes
Don't
until
want
you
any
get
trouble in 81.
until you get to go home. That is a long, long day. I was about to say yay, but 8 hours is a long time. Yeah. Holy crap. What build am I using? He's looking to start the game for the first time. He's doing some build research. We're using a couple mods. Mostly like extended vault stuff. That wasn't actually my particular vault. I was just showing this as an example of kind of something that I would like to build. Or just kind of like base further designs off of that are going to be less windy, like the one I have. A little bit more compact, where it just makes sense that, like, yeah, people are here, and people are doing things there, and yada 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 yada. Yeah. But that is pretty much what that was all about. Alrighty. Pretty much what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna end it here. It's about 1:30, and I have to email a professor over a misunderstanding. It didn't really matter because it was like a bonus question, I suppose. But I think the proof that I gave him, not that he didn't understand it, I'm sure he perfectly understood it, but I think he thought that I was thinking about something else, and that needs to be cleared up. I heard gunshots, and I want to procrastinate a bit. Oh.
The only way you get old in this job is assume everyone's out to kill you.
Apparently, Cricket was out to kill you then.
At least it's honest work.
Sure. Whatever you say. Alright, guys, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, end it right here. Out in the middle of nowhere. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please let me know down below in the comments section if you're watching this on YouTube later. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, great night, whatever it is to you, and I'll see you back here next time, Sunday. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time if you guys want to drop by. I believe I have the schedule posted on my channel banner, which you can thank Mr. Crispy360 for making for me. And yeah, guys, take care. I'll see you next time.